Now, obviously, our connection with the global game and the brand in Australia is Dyson Daniels within this Hawks roster. How has his performance aligned with your expectations when he did join this Atlanta roster, Lee?
I think most Australians thought there was a little bit more to Dyson than what we had seen in New Orleans. But like most young players, it takes a couple of seasons and there's other factors that come into play. Now he's in Atlanta, clearly in a role that they defined for him as a defensive guard to help Trae Young out and to go out there and play and give him an opportunity to show what he can do. So I think, again, a lot of Australians were excited. We saw him play really well for Australia at the Olympics in Paris. And now he's in a role that the team really has identified that can suit his skill set. And he's out there performing. But I don't think too many people quite expected him to explode the way he has so far through the early part of the season here. Not just on the defensive end, but he's really upped his offensive game as well.
Well, Lee, this has been a little bit of a coming out party for Dyson Daniels. And you talked about the offense and the defense. You know, he's leading the league in steals per game and overall steals. What have you seen from last year to this year that's really jumped out and how he's been able to really have the impact that he has with the Hawks?
Well, as you guys know, most steals in the NBA are really interceptions, guys playing the passing lane and trying to pick off a pass or two. But when you do that, that comes with an element of gambling and an element of risk. And it might look okay to get 3 or 4 steals in the box score, but if you're giving up 3 or 4 other open shots to your opponent, the coaches are going to notice that pretty quickly and going to yank you off to the side and say, hey, steals are fine, but you can't gamble too much. Dyson really tends to be able to generate these steals without gambling. He's able to stay on his opponent and then knowing the right time to go and try to pick that ball off and try to start a fast break. We've seen it several times where he's maybe come from behind and can strip a guy down and then race down the court and get that basket for the Hawks. So I think that's what's standing out, is that he's a low-risk defender in that sense, that he's not going to overplay too much. Dyson's learning on the fly. Even though he's had some fantastic numbers this season, he's not sort of dining out on that. He realizes he has to lock in every single game. And that's what's been really noted by me, is that he's not letting the adulation and the fact that he's probably the biggest sports story in Australia right now, he's not letting that go to his head. He knows he's just got to go out there and keep working hard and keep performing because, the Hawks are deep right now as well, especially with DeAndre coming back and a few other guys. And also, you can't just have one little burst of form. Coaches, your teammates and the fans want to see this over the course of the season. So I'm really impressed with where his head is at right now, even though he's having, the best moment of his career.